Stop learning Python. Seriously, put the textbook down, close the Udemy tab. If you are spending your evenings memorizing syntax and worrying about missing semicolons in 2026, you are fighting a war that ended 6 months ago. The era of manual coding is over. We have entered the era of vibe coding. Vibe coding isn't just a buzzword, it is a fundamental shift in how software is created. It means you don't write code, you manage the vibes. You manage the logic. You tell the AI what you want, and it builds it. In minutes, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to take you from a blank screen to a fully functional deployed web application, using nothing but plain English and the smartest AI on the planet. I'm breaking this down into 7 specific concepts. Most tutorials show you the basics, but they leave you stranded when the AI makes a mistake. Stay until the very end for concept number 7. It's a deployment tool that creates a self-healing loop for your app. It's the closest thing to magic I've ever seen. It's the secret to turning a 30-minute session into a scalable business. Let's vibe. First, we're tackling the architect prompt. Second, artifacts. Third, vision to vibe. Fourth, logic injection. Fifth, the cursor bridge. Sixth, the debug loop. And finally, concept number 7, the deployment anomaly that puts your app on the internet forever. Open up Claude AI, select the 4.5 Sonnet model, let's build. Most people fail at AI coding before they even type their first request. They type, make me a to-do list app. That is garbage. If you give Claude garbage input, you get garbage code. Act less like a coder and more like a product manager. The problem is context drift. Without a strong definition, the AI guesses. You end up with a spaghetti code mess that breaks easily. The AI solution? We use a role-based system prompt. We tell Claude exactly who it is and how it should behave. Act as a senior React developer. We are building a Pomodoro timer with a cyberpunk aesthetic using React and Tailwind CSS. See the difference? By defining the aesthetic and the tech stack, we have constrained the vibe. We are engineering a result. Here is the pro tip, chain of thought instruction. Tell Claude to outline its plan in 3 bullet points before coding. This reduces logic errors by roughly 40%. It takes 5 extra seconds and saves you 5 hours of debugging. Now, watch the right side of the screen. This is Claude Artifacts. 6 months ago, you had to copy and paste code elsewhere. No more. Artifacts render code instantly. I can just say, make the background a dark gradient and add neon green borders, and it updates live. Most people don't know you can publish these. Click share, get a public URL, and send your app to anyone. All in under 4 minutes. But listen to me, a pretty interface is a painting, not an app. This is where the amateurs quit and the vibe coders get paid. Let's say you have 0 design taste. You know you want it to look professional, but you don't know what padding or margin to use. Describing a visual style in words is incredibly difficult. Saying make it modern is vague. The AI interprets modern differently than you do. We use Claude 4.5 Sonnet's multimodal vision capabilities. We aren't going to describe the vibe, we are going to show it. I'm going to take a screenshot of this dashboard from Dribbble. It has a beautiful card layout and soft shadows. I type, replicate this exact visual style for my Pomodoro app. Use the same colour palette, rounded corners, and shadow depth. Apply it to the current artifact. Claude analyses the image. The artifact updates. It creates a near-perfect clone of the design style applied to the timer app. This is vibe cloning. You just skipped 4 years of design school. You are leveraging the visual language of top-tier designers and applying it to your logic. You can do this with whiteboard sketches. Draw a terrible stick figure layout on a napkin. Take a photo, upload it. Claude will convert your messy drawing into a crisp, grid-aligned UI. It understands layout intent better than most junior front-end developers. Right now, if I refresh this browser window, my timer data disappears. That's because we have no memory. We need to inject logic. Vibe coding gets tricky here. You can't just vibe complex database structures without understanding what you're asking for. If you ask for too much complexity at once, the artifact will crash. We use iterative logic layering. We ask for functionality 1 piece at a time, specifically requesting local storage for persistence. Type this. Modify the React code to save the user's timer history and settings to the browser's local storage. When the user refreshes the page, their stats should remain. Code scrolling. The artifact reloads. The speaker refreshes the page and the data is still there. It works. We now have a persistent app. It lives in the browser memory. Here is the cheat code for complex logic. Explain it like I'm 5. If Claude writes a function you don't understand, highlight the code and ask, explain how this use effect hook works like I'm 5. This is how you learn. Vibe coding isn't about remaining ignorant, it's about learning on demand. You learn the concept after the code is written, which is infinitely faster than learning it beforehand. To turn this into real software, we have to break out of the matrix. If you want to be a professional vibe coder, you need Cursor. Cursor is a fork of VS Code, the editor all pros use, with AI baked into the core. Managing a large project in a single chat thread is impossible. Eventually, Claude will forget the beginning of the conversation. You hit the context window limit. Cursor allows you to have a composer window that writes code across multiple files simultaneously. It's the bridge to professional engineering. In the Claude artifact, click Download Code. You get a zip file. Open that folder in Cursor. Hit Command+I or Ctrl+I on Windows to open the composer. Type, analyze all files, create a new component for a settings page and route it correctly. Cursor reads the code, understands the structure, and adds to it. You have now graduated from chatbot user to AI-assisted software engineer. The docs feature is the cheat code. In Cursor, you can type adocs and select Stripe. This feeds the official documentation of those tools into the AI. Docs Stripe. Add a payment button to this app. This is how you monetize. It's going to break, I guarantee it. You will try to add a feature, and the screen will go white. Traditional coders spend 4 hours debugging. Vibe coders spend 4 minutes. Error messages like uncaught type error look like hieroglyphics. We use the recursive error feed. We don't try to solve the error, we feed the error back to the vibe. Copy the error message from the console, paste it into Cursor or Claude. Type, I am getting this error, fix the code and explain why it happened so I don't make this mistake again. If the AI gets stuck, use the Fresh Eyes prompt. Open a new chat, paste the current code and the error. Say, review this code blindly. Find the logic error causing issue. Do not rely on previous context. Clearing the context window often clears the hallucination. You've graduated from chatbot user to AI-assisted software engineer. Clearing the context window clears the hallucination. You are ready to build real software. Go forth and vibe. Silence music swell. You have the code, you have the app, but it's sitting on your laptop. Nobody can see it. Nobody can pay you for it. Traditionally, deployment is a nightmare. Servers, Docker containers, DNS records, SSL certificates. I promised you a tool that breaks the rules. That tool is Replit and the Replit agent. Setting up a hosting environment is the #1 reason beginners quit. It is boring, technical, and prone to failure. The Replit AI agent is a DevOps engineer in a box. It doesn't just write code, it configures the server. Go to replit.com, select Create with Agent, paste your prompt or upload the files we made in Cursor. Hit Deploy. Watch this. The agent is detecting that we need a web server. It installs it. It detects we need React. It installs it. And then it gives you a URL. Click it. Your app is live on the open internet. You can send this link to your phone. You can text it to your mum. You can post it on Twitter. Deployed in under 30 minutes. Replit has a built-in bounty feature. If you get stuck, put up $20 and a human will jump in to fix it. You have AI for the speed and humans for the safety net. You are invincible. Let's recap. We used Claude for the vibe, artifacts to visualize, vision for aesthetics, Cursor for code, and Replit to deploy. The barrier to entry has officially collapsed. The only thing standing between you and your app idea is your willingness to manage the vibes. You don't need a computer science degree, you need curiosity. But here is the catch. These tools change every single week. Claude 4.5 is king today, but GPT-5 could dethrone it tomorrow. If you don't stay updated, you will be just as obsolete as manual coders. Stop thinking. Start vibe coding. I'll see you in the next one.